One. Okay. So good evening, everyone. Congratulations for making it on the call. Um, it's Thursday, April 17th, and you're in the right place at the right time. This call is going to be a recorded call. And for those of you that made it on time to the call, congratulations. My name is Richard Leon Gabriel. I'll be hosting the call tonight. Quick background about myself. I used to work for the government of Trinidad and Tobago 14 years ago. I was a QMO by title, Quarry Management Officer. And from there, I transitioned into being an entrepreneur. And I left that job after 2 years when I started to make more income in 2 weeks than I did at my job. So after going to school, getting my degree, and getting to the job world, I realized I wanted more. And my wife was an entrepreneur all her life. And I quickly saw how it was that you can make extra income, not just from certifications and academics, but just from adding value to the world, period. And that is what opened me up to becoming an entrepreneur, being someone to think bigger, not just an entrepreneur, but just being someone with a brain in terms of if something made sense, I'm going to get involved in it and aspire to be the best. Okay, that was always me. I never wanted to be in the middle, bottom. I always wanted to be on top. I always wanted to be the best. It doesn't make sense. It takes the same amount of energy. So when I left my job, I had to learn different skill sets. So this evening, what you're going to see, guys, you're going to see an opportunity where you will be able to learn a skill set that is a high paying skill set. Okay, not a low paying skill set, a very high paying skill set, and you're going to get help. So this call is all about you. It's all about sharing information that could better you. And it is a call that if you decide to participate, you're doing the right thing, guys. And I could tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, having traded for about 8 years in the markets from crypto, forex, and now stock options, I could tell you that this is no better place to be right now at this point in time in history to get one of the best skill sets on the planet. Where I like to talk about, making money and having time. That's a great thing where you could control both, and you don't necessarily have to clock in a card. You don't necessarily have to report to 8 to 4. So you're going to have an opportunity to see some information that could change your life if you let it. So I just want to ask you guys to have an open mind. Get in a quiet space. Make sure I have a pen and a pad. I won't be long. And enjoy the presentation, but take notes. And make sure I thank the person at the end for inviting you. Okay. So the name of the company is Iconic. And I saw the company just over a year ago, and I partnered with the company because of a few things. So I'm going to share with you this evening. This call is going to help you to make the right decision. So I'm going to share with you the legitimacy of what we're doing here, because I know some persons have been trying all their life and they have not found the right, company or the right space, community to stay in long term because some of those things were not legitimate. So, what do you look for when something is legitimate? First and foremost, you want to know that it has a good product or service. Forget about the money. Forget about trying to make money fast. Okay? If you're looking for a get rich quick company, this is not it. You could leave the call right now because this is not the place to be if you're looking to make money extremely fast and do nothing. Okay? Now, nothing is wrong with making money fast because some people here have been making money fast. Um, but you got to do it when there's credibility and the right company has put together the infrastructure where the company is legit. So if a company does not have a product, a physical product, or a digital service, just like right now, you might use your cell phone. Digicel provides a service, and besides the cell phone you might buy from them, they provide you with a digital service as well, internet, all of these things. Okay, so paying for a service is legitimate. That is what you're going to see this evening. Okay, so Iconic is an educational company. This is the next thing. Iconic does not take money from you or require you to put money on any platform because they have no access to your money. This is what people need to understand when you come into a company. I have been scammed before, guys, once in my life, and it was the last. My IQ went up. I realized to stay away from certain things. One of the things is that I went flat broke bankrupt, foreclosure. They took my land, they took everything from me. And that was a point in time in my life where I was just having my first child. I was in Florida. And when I heard that, I gave somebody money to trade for me, and they said, well, we blew the account, and if we could pass more money over to them, and they would trade, and they gave all these promises, they took everyone's money. So one of the things you must do in this space, guys, is do not give anyone your money. Number one rule. I'm talking to you as a trader, someone who understands the space. You do not need to hand over money to people to make money for you. What you should be doing is learning the skill yourself. Okay? And you can. So do not fall for the hype or the false promises of high returns, or else you will still keep going down that road of, yeah, you might get some money early and then boom, they disappear with your money and a lot of excuses. You cannot beat education, guys. You have to look for credibility based on value. Okay, so Iconic does not give any guarantees. That is why I love this company. It is solely going to be based on your performance and what you do with the education. I like this because when all of us went to school, school is a legitimate space. You cannot, let's say you graduated, let's say some of you have your, let's say a degree. Can anyone come and steal your degree from you and steal the knowledge out of your head? No, they cannot. So by the time you learn what you're going to learn from some of the best in the industry within this company, you are now going to be empowered, where now you are the vessel or the being that is printing money for yourself. Doesn't that sound good? Okay. But the downside is that what I've seen, a lot of adults that I've come across are kind of lazy. And that is why people get catched in get rich quick things. They want the money fast, they don't want to learn, and that's why they take advantage of people. But if you are not like that, I know many of you, Nicole, are not like that. You really honestly want to get a breakthrough, you want something different, you will succeed here beyond your imagination. If you are a student and you want to learn, all you need is the right educators, all you need is the right services for a duration of time so that you could learn and become competent. And that is how you're going to get to the next level. That is what I wish I had 7 years ago or 8 years ago now when I started trading. I did not have access to this. So I myself, I'm still a student within this company because the resources we have here have made me so much more profitable within the last year that I've been with the company. And the president of the company is the person who invited me to see it. That is why I looked at Iconic. I looked at Iconic because I know this man for over 14 years. He has been my personal coach and mentor. And my wife and I both, we are full-time traders. So we know what is legit and what is not. And we know what is good education and what is not. We also know what is good services and what is not. We also know that why so many people are getting scammed are because they lack the knowledge to know what to look for. So I'm going to help you. So by the time this presentation is over, you should know beyond a shadow of a doubt, the next time you're looking to get involved in this space, which is a space that is highly sorted after, you can get the best, you could make an informed decision if you do not partner with Iconic. Okay, so you're not being convinced or forced to join Iconic or anything like that. I want you to be relaxed. Just take in the information I'm sharing with you this evening so that you can have more knowledge for when the opportunity arises for you, if it's not Iconic. Okay? So who are we? We're a community of entrepreneurs with a mission to help millions of people. Now, this company is open in 181 countries already. My wife and I both are very privileged to be able to partner with the company and be the first to bring it to where we are in Trinidad and Tobago. And we only decided to expand the company because we realized people needed something real. Okay? People really deserve a chance to educate themselves properly and open their own brokerage account that no one has access to. Don't hand anyone your money promising you returns. And once you get the knowledge, you will be able to grow your brokerage account, withdraw your money for yourself that no one can tamper with. And that is the way traders do things. Okay? Now, why is this relevant in today's space? Why are you seeing a presentation about trading again? Because the world is evolving, guys. Some of you may not know some of these companies here. Some of you might. Netflix, everyone should have Netflix. But all of these companies here have subscriptions that they run as well. And this is how the world is changing. The world is changing towards software, guys. For example, Uber. Uber is like TT rideshare. Okay. They don't own a single motor vehicle, but the software that they developed have been making them billions of dollars. That is Uber. I don't know about TT rideshare, but Uber is a billion-dollar company that has disrupted the world, the taxi world, and taken a chunk of money from the regular taxi people. Okay, where people have to conform to it. So things that happen like this, like Amazon, Airbnb, these are called market shifts. Market shifts take over whether you like it or not. They don't ask for your permission. You have to conform or you become outdated or obsolete and you are irrelevant in life anymore. So just like how artificial intelligence is taking over as well, and some people are using artificial intelligence, I've also been a user of artificial intelligence as my background also is in software engineering. And I used to have to build websites and code, and then AI came out and AI made it very easy to fix my code and help me code faster. So what is happening is that a lot of people who are not growing in the world and advancing and learning new skill sets, you're going to become less valuable. And when you're not valuable, guys, it directly relates to your income. So if you want to make more income, do not chase money, chase knowledge, chase value. The more value you bring to the marketplace, the more valuable you become. Money is a byproduct. Okay? That is the most important thing I could tell you on this call this evening. Money is a byproduct of value. So much so, let me give you a story. When I started trading, let me give you a story. This was me. I hope you see my screen. This was me on the left. I used to manage the quarries of Trinidad and Tobago, license them, make sure people are compliant, straight out of university. And they put a value on me. They told me I was worth 14 years ago about 15,000 US dollars a month, TT dollars, sorry, TT a month. 14 years ago, that was great. Okay, straight out of UE, and that's the cap they put on me. Now, when I left being a quarry management officer, I left that job because I was making that twice as much in a month with my um side job that I was doing or side business that I was doing. I realized that money is a byproduct of impacting lives. Okay, so there are two things you're going to learn this evening. You're going to learn that if you want to earn extra income, you need to become more valuable. You need to learn new skill sets. And also, if you want to make money another way, you also need to be able to impact lives. Those are the two important things. At my job, I could not impact any lives because I was in an 8 to 4. They told me what time to get to work. They told me what time to go have lunch, what time to come up from the washroom, and what time to leave. So you don't own your life at an 8 to 4, which I was in once upon a time, and I could not go out and live. That is the acronym for goals. I could not set goals for myself and go out and live because my time wasn't my time. And that is why most people in life will say, I have no time, boy. So you have no time, you have no money. How are you going to really change your life? That's why I could predict where most people will be at the end of this year, at the end of next year, at the end of the next 5 years, because it's the same cry. So we might look crazy today, but we understand what works, what doesn't work, and how people could change their life if they gave themselves the chance to. So when I left that job, I ended up living all over the world, from Nigeria, Kenya, United States, Canada, all over, because of the person that I was partnered with. His name is Edwin Haynes on the left here. This is my coach and mentor. He's now the president of this company, and he has made way over 30 million US dollars in his career. But more importantly, he has helped many people to make tons of income. Okay, so these three gentlemen here, Hassan Mahmoud is the CEO of the company, Gerald Wilkins is the VP of business. These three people I know very well. I met Mr. Hassan in Dubai last year in November when he invited my wife and I both out there with the other traders and leaders. And it was a crazy experience, guys. There were so many people winning, and the vision that he had for the company was very disruptive. Now, one of the things that make this company very credible is the partnerships and the companies that have highlighted this company. For example, one of them is Inc. 5000. Inc. 5000 is one of the biggest, most credible organizations that actually posts up the top 5,000 companies that have been the movers and shakers, the disruptors, the fastest growing companies within the last 3 years. And they have seen that this company, which was a previous name before, but they upgraded now, was number one in all of America. So you can't beat Inc. 5000 in terms of looking for credible companies that provide a legitimate product or service that have been generating huge amounts of revenue and that have been impacted many lives. Okay, so this company is young. They have been established in the United States within the last 5 years, and now we are spearheading the expansion in the Caribbean, but we are already in 6 countries just within our little organization, just over 400 customers. Okay, so you are seeing this right now, but you're going to keep hearing about the company because of the impact it's having. And what we're going to talk about now is that high paying skill set. Now, some of you on the core might say, you know what, I've been trading, I know how to trade, I've been trading Forex for a while. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have been trading for a while and you haven't been profitable, you need to keep watching. Some people are so uncoachable, they think they know it all, and that is the biggest disruption from them getting to the next level. So it's not so much what you don't know that hurts you, it's what you think you know that hurts you. Okay, I'm going to say that again. It is not so much what you do not know that hurts you. It is what you think you know that hurts you from getting to the next level. I was there once. I thought I knew it all. I was doing this, doing that until I got a conscious interrupt to say, okay, wait a minute. I'm not that profitable. I'm just talking up my tail. I need to calm down, get humble, and learn and become a student again. And that is why I was able to increase my wife and I's both our trading game from doing around 3-5,000 US a month trading to now doing $25,000, some of our biggest months in trading from this company, from the education. Okay, so that is why we're so passionate about it. So you're gonna learn how to trade all of the markets, and this is a skill set that they will never teach you in school, and that is why most people are afraid of it. Human beings are afraid of what they do not know. It is our innate trait. We are all born with it, and that is our survival mechanism. Okay, until you learn, fear goes away. Okay, and they say fear is just false evidence appearing real, which is exactly what it is. It's false until it's proven that somebody else could do it. Now, one of these services that I'll share with you this evening is called Swipe to Trade. It is not the first time that I'm seeing this. Swipe to Trade is also called like Tap to Trade. It is a new technology out there in the world, and it is for developing countries and developed countries. A lot of countries in the world are using this technology where you can let a trader that the company has put the trade into your account for you. Okay, not access your money, guys. Just connect the service to your funded your not your brokerage account, which you fund with your own money, and they will do the trading for you on your behalf. Some of them call it tap to trade, swipe to trade. It is semi-automated trading, which makes it compliant in every country in the world. When you have full automation, guys, the first world countries do not allow full automation. Okay, developing countries, on the other hand, do allow full automation, automated trading, which is something that we are going to release very soon as well. And I'm beta testing it right now, and I can tell you right now that 30% within the last 2 weeks feels very good. I call it sleep money. All right. So stay tuned for that as well. But right now, you can get access to Swipe to Trade, where the trader will put in a trade for you, manage everything for you, do everything for you. Everything, guys. All you had to do was accept the trade, and it's done. Okay. The next thing is that you're also going to get access to an academy. The academy is where you can take your time and learn. Now, ladies and gentlemen, learners are earners. Not earners are learners. Learners are earners. You have to learn first. That's why it's spelled Learn. Learn has earn in it. Okay? Words have meanings. So those who do not want to learn will never earn. Okay? We have another service here called Manara. And Manara is a AI software that scans the market for people. It has an 85% effectiveness trade profitability, but you will also learn how to use the scanner if you choose to use the software, because it's optional, so you get it in the package. And we have an educator called Ralph who puts you through a boot camp to use this service. So everyone will get access to the Monero harmonic scanner, which sends you the stop loss, take profit, and the entry point. So trading is not hard, guys. Trading is very simple. We tend to overcomplicate it, but it's just three things you need to know: when to get in, when to get out, and how to manage your risk. That's it. When to get in, where to take your profits, and how to manage your risk so you don't blow your account. Trading is very simple. The thing that makes it difficult is ourselves, the emotional aspects that we have, our beliefs about money, our desires about money that makes us greedy, that makes us, do things that we should not do, and that disrupts the flow of trading. Okay, so myself, I used to over leverage a lot in the beginning. I used to win a lot, lose a lot, and for 5 years, guys, I mean, I lost over 100,000 US dollars, not TTR, US, within my 5 year career, and I've made it all back already. Okay, but I've made even more now because of this company and the education. So I'm going to talk about one service here that every single person on the planet can get involved in and become a competent trader, a competent independent trader. And this, ladies and gentlemen, type of trading is the only regulated space right now that you could trade and interact with your banks. With Forex, there's a lot of red tape still. You have to use crypto sometimes. The banks don't even want you doing what they do. The banks don't want you doing foreign exchange. That's why they will never teach you it in primary school, secondary school, or tertiary education. Okay? So you're seeing something here that was stolen from you. They literally snatched this knowledge away from you and they say, don't teach the average people this because you will never have to work. Okay? So stock options, let's focus on stock options now. Stock options, many people do not know what stock options is. And the reason why we are number one in the world is because we have the world renowned stock options educator. Her name is Jessica Ramos. She is a true educator, guys. I know people who make money trading but can't teach it. You might have some teachers in school who got their, became a teacher because of their accreditations, but they cannot impart the knowledge. Okay? That's why you go for lessons, because you need somebody to slow down for you. Jessica Ramos is a no nonsense, very strict, very passionate type of educator that loves people to succeed, and it is literally 300 US dollars per hour for private lessons from her. Okay, so yes, guys, you have to pay 300 US dollars per hour. No, you don't. Okay, because I will share with you how you're going to get a steal of a deal to learn from who's exclusive to Iconic, how you can get access to her to help you trade more profitably. She has the credentials where she has been creating every single year, guys. She has been taking people to 5, 6, and 7 figures in earnings because of what she teaches. Now, there will be people as well who get involved that do not pay attention to what she teaches. It's all in recordings. Okay. So let's say you're very busy and you don't have much time. Well, guess what? And you miss the live sessions. All of the boot camps that she put together are in recordings. So you could take your time. Right now, there are about 20 videos. So 20 hours, guys, 20 hours could change your life for the rest of your life. And you can get that here. Now, stock options is regulated because you could set up with Charles Schwab's, which is an international bank, okay? Or you could set up with Interactive Broker. And these brokers allow you to remit money back to your bank account, and the banks have no issues with it. So I have customers right now who are connected with Charles Schwab's, that is in Trinidad and Tobago, and they get Visa debit cards from the entity Charles Schwab's, where they can spend their profits anywhere in the world. They could even send their US back to the US account here in Trinidad and Tobago with no red tapes. Okay? All you need now is the knowledge to be able to trade, grow that account, and live free. That is all we do. So as traders, guys, you see how different this is from other companies that say, give me your money, or people, they'll trade for you, and then you hear they take your money, they run away, and people get scammed. It is totally different. That is why we come out and we educate people properly what to look for. And if people don't want to learn, well, they could continue with the get rich quick schemes. Okay? So this is our ace card right here, I would say for now. But guys, this alone should be worth your time so that you could get free. Learn stock options, guys. And I'll tell you something for those of you who trade Forex, probably crypto and other markets, don't worry. The strategy you're going to learn through Jessica will make you so good that you could go back and trade Forex and crypto and be a more profitable trader. So it's not only stock options you're going to learn how to use the broker, but you're going to learn how strategy, how to read the charts, how, when to get in, when to get out. You will have assignments, guys, and it doesn't take years to learn this. Okay, we just finished a boot camp on this call. Actually, I have a gentleman. I want to introduce you guys to him. When I met him, he was very passionate about learning. He's someone who has been, trying. He has exhausted a lot of his money trying to find the right things, and I see he's very comfortable with us right now to the point where he comes out and talk as well. Okay, when he came in, he was a student first, and now he and his wife are actually trying to share this with other people to benefit if they want to. Nothing is forced. This gentleman name is Matthias, and I've seen him grow in knowledge from knowing nothing to going through the boot camp, and now he's live trading live because you start off with a demo account first, and because of his discipline, he is getting better and better, and he has been able to make money too from the markets. Okay, so I want to introduce you to Matthias. Matthias, are you on the call? Let me see if I could. Let me see if I could get him on. Hey, Matthias.
Hey, Rich.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
Matthias. Just for the guests, you could share a brief thing, a background, and what it is attracted you to the company, and which service it is that you're loving right now.
Okay, no problem. Good night, guys. I started with Rich last year, and I got um that connection through a friend of my girlfriend. They were friends for, or has been friends for 9 years plus, work in the same company. And one day, she called me and she said her friend left the work, and that's how we got started. From hearing that story, we spoke to Rich, he told us about the services, just as he did tonight. No guarantees. It's all on you, all on education and applying yourself. And to me, that was it. Because I don't know how many of you all would always hear the parable: if you teach a man to fish, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for one day. If you teach a man to fish, he can feed himself and his family for a lifetime. And to me, that is amazing. So we started, um, as those who would have heard me speak before knew that I started around my birthday. So my birthday gift was an investment into my future with by in Trading View. Um, we started the boot camp February 3rd of this year, and made no money until about 2.5 weeks now. Yeah, made no money. I was just practicing, dedicating time, still doing that, still practicing, still dedicating time because the learning continues. But it was very amazing to see that 2 weeks before the boot camp finish, I could have taken the I got hold on guys, these dogs. Yeah. I could have taken the knowledge that I had up to that point and go into the market and come up with money. 100 US plus in under 15 minutes. One day I was able to make like $162 in less than 20 minutes. And 162 by 8 is upwards of 900 TT, closer to 1,000 plus. Doing nothing but just applying what I learned, looking for right setup and clicking buy and knowing when to exit. And I don't know if I don't know how this call is not about to convince anyone, but
Yeah.
to me, it doesn't get better than that. So
And
again, I've been
that
pardon?
was that was true stock options, right? So you focused on the
Yeah,
stock options.
yeah, that was stock options on, yeah, because again, I don't know everything. So Richie advises that this technique that Jessica teaches is a very basic rudimentary technique, and it can be applied to all markets. So again, took his advice, and yeah, so far so good, and I could only get better because we plan to be around forever.
Correct. All right. Thank you, Matthias, so much. Appreciate you being on the call and sharing your testimony. And yeah, keep it up. Keep studying. Always a student. Okay. All right, guys. So you heard from Matthias, and I don't know if I have Supermom on. Supermom is not here, but we have so many people. As he said, there was someone. He is his same friend. She left her job, yes, because she's doing very well in the same stock options. And people in Toronto, they're going to start hearing these stories, and they're going to realize, okay, nah, they're legit, boy. They're doing the real education. All right, they ain't taking nobody money. They're setting you up with a proper broker. You're getting the education, and that is it. That's it, right? Now, I know some of you like to make money while you're learning. Okay, and I'll show you a few things. The swipe to trade can be one of them that you could use to try to make some money while you're learning the true skill set. Okay, but you don't have to pay 300 US guys per hour. Okay, I'll show you the price just now. We also have IQ Verse. Okay, IQ Verse, we're gonna release the app with it to make it more robust. But right now, you could also get crypto trades. Okay, crypto trades from some of the best in the industry. Okay, and this is the price point to get in. Okay, the Elite Pro Pack is what everyone is going after, and I'll explain why. The Elite Pro is 200 US for your first month. 200 US for the first month, not 200 US per hour. Not like Jessica, 300 US per hour. Guys, you get access to her. Swipe the trades, copy and paste trades, the education, and you're going to get copy and paste trades through Plutus as well. All of these things here in this package for 200 US for the first month, and then 149, a $50 discount every month to keep access to this. That is a steal of a deal, guys. I know some people who pay for the entire year up front, because I know some people put in 10,000 TT dollars, guys, just to get started in some other companies for 1 month, and you get in a year access here to learn a high paying skill set. And we have a community that is growing, guys. We have our community on WhatsApp. We even have in-person classes that are getting packed out. I can show you. We have some classes we have here at SAPA. This room is way too small now, guys. We have to get a bigger room because every Saturday people come to SAPA. We will have UE for 3 hours, where the first hour we do presentation and the next 2 hours we do training. People come with their laptops, we go on the charts, and it's a real educational community, right? This is not no kind of people come and join and sign up thing, no. And I'll talk about that as well. So this lady, Jessica Ramos, I met her in Dubai, very first time last in November, and she's a serious individual, guys. Her energy is out of this world, and I see why she's so successful, because she vibrates at that frequency of success. All right, you meet some people who just, wow, they're always like, yeah, I want to be around them. That is her, all right? And so much so, you know, that is why we push the education so much, and we're coming out to explore, to expand it to so many other people. So that is what you get with the Elite Pro Pack. Plutus is a copy and paste service that one of our phenomenal community members, her name is, well, Life, she goes by Life with Brittany, some of you might know of her. She uses Plutus service alone right now. That is a copy and paste service that has done every single week over 10,000 pips, for those of you who understand Forex. Okay, and she has been able to drastically maximize that copy and paste service. She understands that Plutus has bigger stop losses and bigger take profits. But Plutus is a service that when you use it properly without over leveraging, you could flip accounts. She has people flipping accounts with that service, guys. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter what you come in for. You could come in for stock options, you could come in for copy and paste trades, you could come in just to learn crypto. You get it in the package, okay? But I advise persons from a trading standpoint, guys. I do not know if today or tomorrow Iconic is going to be around. I cannot guarantee that, okay? What I can guarantee is that right now we have access to some premium resources. So I myself, I'm not wasting time. That's why I went and learned stock options too, because I want to keep growing and be adaptable in the market. Let's say, God forbid, Forex, we could no longer touch Forex. You never know what's going to happen with Trump in power, right? Let's say no one can trade Forex anymore. No more MetaTrader 5, no more MetaTrader 4, no more funded accounts, and there's only stock options. Who you think is going to be the better person? And that's why I tell people, you learn more than one subject in school. Don't belittle yourself and talk down yourself and think, I could only, it's too much things, but I can't learn all that. Rubbish. You had more than 5 subjects in school to go through, and you were capable. So people can learn stock options, Forex, all of these things. It's just mental talk. Okay? So let's just speed things up a bit. Okay? So now we're gonna move on to, before I move on to that, I want to let you guys know that yes, we are an educational company, and that is what makes us so different from everyone else. We do not take people's money and run away with people's money and do all this kind of rubbish. However, the company does have a business model as well. So it will allow you to get into the 4%ers of the world. There are a few people in the world who reside in the 4% and the 1%. The 1% are investors. That is what you're going to become. You're going to become a 1%er, someone that could learn to invest properly in one of the most lucrative markets in the world. The 4%ers are the people who build big international businesses off of subscription models. That is why the world today is a subscription-based world. Okay? So if you're not building one for yourself, you're going to fall into one, which you already are part of one by default. Think of it. Your job is a subscription. Every month you have to go and buy, probably, well, before, you buy clothes, you put gas in your car, you buy a whole bunch of stuff every single month. So you have a subscription based model there as well. WASA subscription, TN Tech subscription. All these things are taken from you. You need to invest in one that can add to you and one that you could build to. So residual income, let me show you the importance of residual income. And I'm going to also share with you why it is and explain to you how this works. Okay. And this is not mandatory. This is all optional. Watch this, guys. For the last 12 months, Iconic has paid my wife and I over 49,000 US dollars. So I'm just showing you something here. This is not from trading. Let me show you trading. Okay. From trading, one of our months, one of our biggest months was 26,000 US. And this was trading commodities and crypto too through this company. All right. Now, mind you, we have been trading for years. Only when we joined this company and became students and learned, we were able to elevate our trading game. And we were able to now build a residual income business that ties us to 6 countries right now around the world, where the company paid us over 49,000 US passively. You know about passive income, not active income. Huh? So we are now very active in terms of expanding because we see the value, and the community is organically expanding because they see the value too. So it has zero convincing to do here. All right, zero. Okay, we don't care if people have been burnt before. They need to get over their situation and then find the right way, or they're going to stay there and bury themselves. So learn the lesson, get wiser, and move on. Okay, learn the lesson if you have been scammed and failing, and move on. That's how you get wiser. A wise person is who has knowledge now and takes the right action. Okay, that is a wise person. So let me show you how you, if you choose to, because this is not mandatory, if you choose to make this residual income just like us, you don't have to. Let me show you how you could do this with a legitimate company. Okay, imagine now that you are the first, which you kind of are the first. You're very early in this company. Okay, right now it's growing towards 200 customers just within this little island. In the world, there are millions of people, guys, and you are online immediately when you get started. That is the power of business online. You might know people in other countries that want to learn a high paying skill set, and you could just send your web link, they will get started, and you get a commission. Now, as I said, guys, you could come in. You do not have to do the business side. You could just take these services and make money from learning how to trade by yourself. You don't need to tell a soul. So after this presentation is done, please do not think that you have to invite people to make money. I'm saying that again. You do not have to invite people to make money. You can come for the services, learn the education, and make a ton of money for yourself, and no one can touch that. But there's so much money to make here. Why leave all on the table when you're this early? So once you get the value and you come in and you get comfortable enough, and you realize that, wow, these guys are for real. Let me show you how much money you could make if you choose to, but don't take long because opportunities don't last forever, especially expanding a company. The company says that if you choose to become an affiliate and say, you know what, if I share this with someone, I don't mind getting a commission. We do this every day. They're going to pay you either 30 US or 50 US based on the package that somebody gets started with. Wrong or wrong, they're between 30, 40, 50 US. One time. That's a one-time payment. You might know 10 people who want to get started. They get started because of you, because you saw it before them. You make 500 US. Like that. It pays for your subscription, you're break even already, you're in business. So look how fast, if you have a business mindset, you could rack up this money and you're doing something with a legitimate service, and people don't have to be worried. Okay. Now that's the small money. In every company, guys, there's certain phases, and let me show you this diagram here: formulation, concentration, momentum, and stability. All companies go through that. The reason why some people do not make as much money or haven't gotten to the millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars is because they join a company during stability. For example, how many of us on this call heard of Starbucks? When Starbucks now came to Trinidad and Tobago, it had one location and not everybody knew. Okay? Now, you say Starbucks, people could tell you where they are all over the country. It's in stability. So the first person, let's say in franchise modes, like traditional business, if you're the first to bring a concept or a company to a country, you stand to make the biggest amount of profits. And that's given. So right now, we are in concentration, going to go into momentum. Momentum is where people start to realize, oh my goodness, this is what we need to do. When that period is going on, from momentum to stability is when millionaires are created. And nothing is wrong with that, guys. But everything is wrong with you not understanding where you are in this historic period in time. Because it is going to happen with or without you. Okay? Even if you're a customer just studying, it's going to happen anyway. So, how much money could you make from the growth of the company? And this will grow. If it was traditional business, guys, you would not get access to these services for $200. The highest price is 200 US. Don't come and say, well, I have $10,000 to put in US. We don't care. 200 US. If you have more money, you put it in your trading account that we set up for you, your special brokerage account that is regulated, and you learn to trade that money and grow it. We don't care. It's just 200 US. Do you know how much people could afford 200 US to change their life? The entry barrier is so low. The value is so high. The opportunity is so big. We are not going to waste time now. We are ready to run with the right company. So a person, let's say they get started. If they're interested in this, you don't have to be. I'll reiterate that. Leave all this money for everyone else. And you know 4 people that would like to do something for real, learn a high paying skill set, and they get started because of you. You will make 50 US, 50 US, 50 US, 50 US. You made 200 US. And then every month, once they're active and learning and using the services, because they're interested in learning any high paying skill set, you will get 100 US per month. 100 US per month because you had 4 people that said yes. Okay. Now, here how this grows. Let's say you still only had 4 persons, but it grew to 6 and 6, which is 12 customers. The company says, wow, you have 12 customers that came in. Because of you, we'll pay you 500 US a month. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to create the most amount of 500 US dollar earners in the entire world. That is our mission. That is, if you work that out, that's 4,000 TT dollars extra. Now, guess what? You don't have to bring all 12. We have people right now who came in that already have 20 people beneath them, 6 people beneath them, because they had to come in the system after other people. And that is how people are going to make ridiculous amounts of money because they're just early. It is just that simple. So this is like gravy money as the company is growing. You don't get a second chance to grow a company, guys. And the company said that they will pay up to $1 million a month. I am looking for somebody who wants to get $1 million a month right now. Because for me, I don't intend to waste time. I'm still not at a point that I would like to be because I need to impact more lives. So if we get to $1 million a month, do you know how many lives we will impact along the way? We will have created people earning half a million US a month, 240,000 US a month, 120,000 US a month, 60,000 US dollars a month, 24,000 US dollars a month. Just sit down for a second, guys. We make between 3 to 4,000 US dollars a month, and we wasn't even pushing. We're not even pushing. So we want to disrupt the industry with high paying skill sets and also make people this residual income. So guess what, guys? When you learn this high paying skill set, and now you're making, let's say you're making 6,000 US dollars a month because now you came in and we helped with the community to expand. You could take 3,000 US if you want, because this is coming every month, 6,000 US. Put it in your trading account, and with the knowledge you have learned, you can now grow that money even more. So the major skills that you're learning here, guys, is how to grow your money. And when you have disposable income, which is money, you could grow it even more. Isn't that wonderful? And that is why we are very passionate about what we're sharing here. And I appreciate you all for staying on. But as I wrap up the call now, because I don't want it to go over an hour, just get back to the person who invited you guys. We are going to disrupt everything out here. Okay? It's either you want to be a customer or you want to be a customer and a builder if you're interested in time. It don't have to be immediately. Or you're not interested. Do not feel bad, or you don't have to be ducking the person, as we say in Trinity, ducking, if you're not interested. You just let them know what you like best. Okay? And if you're ready to get started and build with us and learn this high paying skill set, I welcome you to the team. Appreciate you for being on the call. But get back to the person who invited you. That is the person that will help you through things, as well as the team. And see everyone at the top, not from the top like some of these other people. We all will be at the top. Good night. Bye for now, guys.